A lot of your friends and family are like, what the hell is going on? Is that not true?
Yeah, everyone thinks we are crazy because we moved from, we could say, a first-class world to a third-class world. In Spain, now it's totally different than the last 5 years, for example.
The biggest part, I think we talked about it, is you need to do it while you're young, because shit, if you strike out in these next 6 months, you can go back to normal life, and if you don't try, you're gonna regret it the rest of your life, okay? You're gonna be sitting when you're 40 years old, you got the kids, okay, it's beautiful, but you're like, damn, what if I went to Africa and tried doing that work in my life had been? And I think a lot of people get caught up in the race, especially in the USA, where, okay, I get out of college, I gotta go to work right away, and all of a sudden you're 60 years old.
You are about to embark on a journey, not just through space and time, but through the very fabric of human perception. Imagine a world where the familiar becomes strange, and the strange becomes familiar. A place where the boundaries of reality blur, and the only limit is your imagination. This is a voyage into the heart of the unknown, where every turn reveals a new perspective, and every story challenges what you thought you knew. Welcome to Bold Perceptions, where we explore the myriad ways people see the world, and discover that sometimes the most extraordinary adventures lie just beyond the horizon of our own understanding.
Back in bold and beautiful Diani, I'm with the dreamy Spanish couple that basically sold everything, moved to Africa. They're creating a dream together. It's beautiful. It's a story, right? But they're going to give me the lowdown on Diani. They're going to help you out. They're running a tourist type of agency here at the moment, starting it up, building it. So they have lots of expertise in Africa and Kenya. So let's get it going, okay? How about you guys just introduce yourself?
So, hi. We are Javi and Carla. We're from Spain, from Barcelona. And we moved to Kenya, to Diani, like 2 months and a half ago or something like this. And from now on has been like a really crazy journey. Super good experience, I have to say, because I think we have like learned a lot about everything, legal things, just how to enjoy the day a day. Also, it's the first time that we move together. Also, we have a car, we have a cat, we have everything now, a lot of changes, a bike too. And yeah, I mean, I think we have learned a lot of things, and I think that's the best thing that we have done until now.
But you have a lot more experience in Kenya. You've been here on and off, right?
Yeah. So my journey here in Kenya actually started like 3 years ago. I came here on my own, well, as a family trip, but then I just decided to stay here on my own. I was 19 by then, I remember, and I wanted to volunteer with a local NGO that works here. So I just get in love with the country. Like, since little, I have been always obsessed with Africa. I don't know why, but from that moment, it was like, okay, a confirmation. I want to live here at some part of my life. So during these last 3 years, I just kept coming and going, traveling. I also did a course, like I studied biology, so I did a course specialized in African mammal conservation.
But this is really interesting about you, is like you've always had the call to Africa. So kind of talk about that, the childhood thing, and then what is bringing you here? Because a lot of people stereotypes, especially in the USA, Africa's huts, HIV, machetes, not good at all. And obviously, I've been seeing that that's not the case whatsoever. There is some of that, okay? But it's definitely a beautiful place and a lot more calm than I expected, especially the Kenyan people and the coast. Very, very Hakuna Matata, very relaxed. But they can switch quick. But we'll get into that lately. Tell me about the call to Africa.
Actually, I don't have a specific reason. Like, the only thing I know for sure is that, okay, since I was 5 years old, you can see my essays at the school. Like, they were asking, okay, what do you want to do when you're older? And I always said, okay, I want to live in the savannah surrounded by lions. Like, that was my answer. But of course, I didn't think that it would be true. Like, it could become a possibility. But at the end, it did. Like, I think that if you just feel something and you really project that energy, that it will end up coming. And a lot of coincidences kept happening. And that's how last year I came here with Javi. He liked it too. And just now we said, okay, so let's give it a try. Let's move there.
Okay, but what is amazing about Africa? So you had the call, but now you're here. What makes you feel alive? What would you say to someone that makes this place unique?
Okay, I would say two things. One, for sure, okay, it's obvious, but really you need to leave it. It's the animals, like the nature. It's crazy. Like going on safari, but not even to touristic places, which is also amazing. But like the landscapes that you can have here, like just sleeping, listening to the hyenas, like listening to the lions, for me, like that has no price. So that would be one thing for sure. Like for all nature lovers, like that they want to reconnect with the more animal part of themselves, like the more natural part of the human being, to come to Africa for sure. And then the other part, the people, because here I think that we have a lot to learn from them, in the sense that in like, okay, first class world, we have lost like a little bit the, how do you say, the living in the present, no? We're always like super anxious about the future, non-stop, workaholics, being super mega productive. And here you learn from the people that they are living like day by day. And you learn what really matters and what really worries. At the end of the day, what it matters is that you have health, that you have food to provide to your family, and that's it, and some source of income of money. And that's something that it really impacts me, like, okay, so this is real life at the end of the day.
And this is a Spanish person saying this. The Americans say the same thing about the Spanish. But okay, Javi, you took a big risk. So I don't know if you had the call to Africa necessarily, but you had a normal life, normal job, and you basically said, okay, I'll join you on this crazy adventure and start a company here. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, my case is totally different from Carla's one, because I love to travel. I mean, I've been traveling from the 14s, traveling alone, traveling everywhere I could, living in different countries. And right now I was in Spain for 2 years in a row. I was totally f***ed up.
Was this during the COVID?
Yeah, I was in COVID in Spain, also in Mexico, but I was like most of the time in Spain. And I was like totally tired about being every day in the metro, being full of people everywhere, being in the city. So I finished my university degree, I finished the master's, and I was actually working in a good place. I work in a hotel sector, so I quit everything because I thought, okay, now everything that I can learn, I have already learned. And now, let's go. I mean, if Carla wants to join, let's go. And I really didn't care about where could we go. Yeah, I was thinking about more Australia, but she was like so focused on Africa, and I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, I'm open to absolutely everywhere. And it was, I mean, we came here in February for the first time, and it was a surprise. Diani is so nice, and also the Kenyan culture is quite incredible. And I was thinking, I thought like, yeah, okay, why not? I mean, let's be here for at least some time, and then let's see. And for now, in my point of view, it was an incredible discovery. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the African bracelets on, the Kenyan bracelets, so you're in deep. But basically, yeah, you guys, like I said, sold a lot of things and like just jumped into the deep end. You're starting a tourist agency, working hard, getting clients. We can hit on that later, but let's get into like your knowledge about the Diani, the Kenya, for the people who want to come, right? And then we'll sell your services at the end. So in my opinion, yes, this Diani area, very good beaches. You know, if you beat them, the white sand, it's like 30 miles. The vibe is very chill. It's cheap. It's way safer than I ever expected. But there are some negatives, okay? Especially if you're not in a couple like you guys, you know, like you got to be very careful, but also dealing with the people. You guys have been screwed over kind of. You'd have to find the right people to do business with.
It's complicated.
So let's get into that. Tell me about the pros, kind of. We'll start in Diani, and then we'll get to negatives and so forth for people that want to come here.
Okay, so the pros for me, the people are super open. Like the people are welcoming, they are open, they are chill, as you said, and this is what I also said that I really enjoy, like living in the presence, living at the moment. Also, I think that we have the chance to get some more deep the real Kenyan culture because of this NGO that we work with that operates here in rural villages where, like, trust me, the first time I went here, the babies, like babies under 1 year old, they saw me and they cried, like because of they had never seen a white person. And the mothers were laughing like, no, don't worry. It's like they have never seen a Muzungu before, so that's why he's scared of you. And like the good things, yeah, I don't know, just living in the present with them. They're super welcoming. What would you add, Javi, about the people?
About the good or about the bad?
The good. Then we go to the
So
bad.
the good, I think it's obvious. I mean, I'm living probably in the place that most of the people that is watching this podcast would like even to come to visit only as a vacation, and I'm living in here.
Paradise.
So yeah, it's like something like a paradise, just 5 minutes away, walking distance from the beach. Probably the most beautiful beach, or one of the most beautiful. So I mean, the pros are super. I mean, it's obvious. Also, the people, it's so nice, so open. That's also a pro. That's also a contra, because the main problem I will say in here is that you are a Muzungu, you are a white person, you are gonna be forever a white person, even if you are living here, even if you stay here for 20 years, you will always be first the white guy and then the friend. I mean, right now we have some friends, some local friends in here, and it's so difficult sometimes to know how to treat them. Because you don't, I mean, maybe you are doing him a favor, maybe he's doing you a favor, but in case of Nick makes me a favor, maybe I can invite him for a dinner. Or I even could give him like, hey, you paid me for these drinks, next time I will pay you for the drinks. That's it. With the Kenyan people, it's so different. I mean, everything is like a business. You cannot pay something and you expect that they will pay you back. Or, for example, it's so difficult when someone makes you a favor to give him the money, but because then you are treating him as a business partner, not as a friend. So it's very difficult to separate this. I have, for example, Justin, the tuk-tuk driver. He works as a tuk-tuk driver, so it's like an Uber, we could say. And sometimes we want to go some places, and it's so difficult to let him understand that right now, maybe if he is not working, he can charge you. Of course, he can charge you for the gas, but is a ugly thing that he wants to charge you for like the trip. Okay, let's go to the beach.
Or to the club.
Let's go to the club. And he wants like to charge you because it's a normal thing in him, because if I'm driving the tuk-tuk, I'm gonna charge you. And it's like sometimes difficult. I understand his point of view, but in my point of view, I will never charge a friend for driving from point A to point B, for example, you know. I will say that's the main, and absolutely. I mean, when you go to the beach, you will have 3-4 people behind telling you, "Hey, buy me this coconut. Hey, promote me." Yeah, that's for sure. But
Yeah, so from my conversations with people, and I don't want to talk too much of it because I did a podcast with someone. Basically, on the coast of Kenya, the Mzungu is like a god, but because of the money. And that's all that really matters to a lot of these people because they're trying to survive. So any deep relationship outside of that, there's strings attached. And it's not like, I don't know, maybe in a developed country what you would think relationships are necessarily. But for Justin, for example, I mean, he's never charged me for tuk-tuks, but yeah, I buy him beer when we're out and we're having fun. I think if you put your foot down on a lot of these people, like, for example, the woman, you're not dating here, but 90% of these women are prostitutes. And me, I haven't paid a single one, okay? Because I tell them out the gate, like, look, are you working or are you normal? Oh, well, no, maybe I have an old Mzungu boyfriend in Europe giving me monthly money, but I said, okay, well, you're not getting a dime from me. Like, you can hang out with me, have fun, yeah, we'll have good times, but if you just set it straight, you can get in better relationships. And this is all over a lot of developing countries. You just need to put your foot down, okay? Don't be an asshole, but a lot of this is transactional, okay? As much as they put the happy face on, it is what it is. You have comments on that?
No, totally. I agree. Like, I think this is the main difficulty here, like the skin color barrier that will always be. And of course, there are some, like, for example, if you try to learn the language, learn Kiswahili, then it's easier. Like, you go to the market and you ask the price in Swahili, they will not charge you probably the Muzungu price, but rather the local price that they charge everyone. So yeah, there are some things that can help, but yeah, it's the most challenging part. I even remember after a month that we were here, I had for like a week, I was struggling a lot, like, come on, I want to have like a girlfriend to hang out with, But here with the girls, it's very complicated. Like they're super introspective, they're super shy. Like I was missing the feeling of, hey, do you want to go and have some coffee and talk and do girly stuff? Like I needed that, and it was super challenging for me to achieve this with the local woman.
Points on that?
No, I mean, yeah, the point of her, I mean, for me, it's much more difficult. I'm a man. The men can go out and party and everything, all stuff. I was playing football with the people in here in the football club, and for me it was so easy. I was going one day to dinner with these guys, tomorrow with that, and for Carla was like so difficult because the women don't go anywhere. I mean, the women don't do anything that it's not appropriate for them. That is basically everything. Mm-hmm. So I understand her point of view, and it's quite shitty about that. And yeah, that's it. I mean, but also it's curious that they will always try to sell you something, and then once they see that they're not gonna sell anything, then it's when they care about you. And it's so curious because now you don't know a lot once they are trying to sell you something, or they just want to have a conversation with you. You know, it happens to us. We were in the bike, and then a guy stopped us, and he was with some papers as a safari trip or something like this. And Carla and me were like, yeah, okay, let us go, because I know
You don't want to buy anything.
In the end of this conversation, you're gonna sell us something. And he was like, where are you from? Wherever. And then he said, okay, so have a good day. And we stopped and we looked at each other like, did he? I mean, what was that? He was trying to sell something, or he didn't, or Then the problem is that probably 5 from 10 will be great people, and the other 5 from 10 just will sell something for you, and you don't know how to get them sometimes, because once one do it, you know that this guy did it, so the next one will do it, and the next one is just want to talk with you about it. So it's difficult sometimes.
I don't know how many authentic, real type relationships you're going to get with locals in Kenya as a Mzungu. I think a lot of it revolves around money. But here's the thing. From, I think, 15 to 32, that's 67% unemployment, okay? The numbers are close to that. I don't know what age range. And most of Kenya is young people, okay? Their population pyramid is opposite of Europe, where it's all old people in Europe and no young people. And there's no jobs. Okay, like, so people, especially on the coast, like a lot of the woman's mindset is like, the only way that you're gonna ever have a decent life is if you find a Mzungu. That is like drilled into their brain, and this is causing issues. But you can handle it. But if you're thinking you're gonna come down here and build a beautiful community without money, I don't think it's possible, in my opinion.
No, totally. Like, and there are some good parts also, like at the end of the day, for example, now, okay, changing more into the legal stuff that we have had to deal with. Okay, yeah. So if you manage to pay for the things, you get them, but super fast, super professional, and the next day, like, you will have everything. Otherwise,
yeah, no
even
rules.
like no rules. But even things that for me would have been challenging to do back in Spain, or maybe in Spain I would have had to pay a lot of taxes. Here, no, okay? You just go to the guy that's involved in the government, you pay him a little bit, and that's it, you get it. Like, there are some easier ways in that sense to open also a business here in Kenya, in comparison to many, super developed countries that have a lot of bureaucracy, like linking it to the money subject.
Well, the crazy part is, though, too, with that high unemployment rate and no one has jobs and there's an extreme amount of poverty here, it's still safe. Well, if you have money. So we're staying in a compound. We have doormen, big walls. But the safety issue, I've had zero problem. I got shaken down once by a cop in Nairobi. I got put in handcuffs. I have that video. You can pop up a little bit now. And I think I got robbed out of my apartment by the maid in Nairobi. But other than that, I felt pretty safe. Then again, I almost got punched off my bike, the moto, in Eastlay, in the hood in Eastlay. But the Annie, no issue. Okay, so I think the safety is remarkably pretty good. You guys have had no issue coming?
Never.
No, I think we haven't. Obviously, I think that you will find good people and bad people everywhere. But I think here the people knows that they will have not a lot of opportunities. So every time they find something to do, they try to do it as maximum
Yeah.
to the end. I mean,
Yes, they can.
okay, so maybe I don't have opportunity, but I can sell this thing, so I'm gonna be selling this thing for all day, and maybe in the end of the day I will have like 1,000 shillings that it will work for me for buy stuff. Also, then later, most of the people, I mean, they get it for drinks or go to the clubs or things. I mean, they don't know how to.
They don't conceptualize the future.
No.
That's
They
super
live in the
They see the day
challenging.
and they want to
communities,
enjoy that
it's
day.
impossible.
But yeah, they don't save. I mean, they don't know how to do it. And maybe we have a friend that he has like a lot of problems with money, but once he got the money for the day, he stops working because he doesn't care about more. He did the day, so let's see tomorrow if how it goes. You know.
So yeah, you were in the village, so that is even more extreme on that end. Kind of tell me and walk the listeners through their mindset.
Okay, so with like we're involved in several projects with this local NGO, mostly with the women and the young girls. Like the main objective is to empower them. So this is very easy. If I ask you like, okay, tell me 5 things that you enjoy. Maybe you can even tell me 20.
Yeah.
I have tried to get this answer from them and I have never, like nowadays, after 2 years of being here, still I don't have an answer.
Yeah, the question was,
They don't know
what do you like?
what do you like to do.
Yeah.
They don't know how to answer these simple
They
questions.
don't say I like to eat or go to the beach. Nothing.
The things that we have come up to is, okay, I like to have visitors so that they like when we're there, but then I like doing the house chores, I like cleaning, I like cooking. That's it.
Perfect
Like,
woman.
but you see, it's you're so bad, Nick. But it's very difficult to empower them and to work with them. Like they don't have any, how do you say, ambition, no? Like, okay, believe in themselves. Yes, I don't know. I love wearing dresses, so I want to open a small business of making deras, which is like the typical dress from here in Kenya, and so that I can sell them in the market. Like, no, it's very difficult for them to achieve this mindset, no? Like future planning, of course, that's one thing. It's super challenging, but then also like to believe in themselves. Like, okay, what do I like? What do I want to do with my life? What do I want to do in 2 years from now? It's impossible.
So is this just the tribal, no education type of thing?
Of
or
course.
Is it, what's up with it?
I think it's a cultural thing from the entire country. As I was saying before, it's challenging for me to go out with some women here because they are super introspective, like super shy. And you can see that sometimes already, like in, I don't know, you meet someone at the cafe or you meet someone in the street, like a girl I'm talking, and they are already introspective because of the culture, I believe. But then, of course, if you add the fact in the more rural villages that most of them have not had education, like they have never been to school, so they don't speak English. Like they understand the English, but they don't know how to reply to me in English. They reply in Kiswahili, which I'm trying to manage. And if they have had the chance of going to the school, normally they drop at the age of 7, 8.
Oh.
So it's no one is telling them, okay, you can achieve things. Like you can do whatever you want. They just stay there in the village, waiting for the hours to pass, waiting for the days, the weeks, the months to pass. Maybe even they can manage to get a boyfriend. Like, okay, let's see if I can get a boyfriend, even though like local, no Muzungu, of course, but local boyfriend. And that's it, and have a family, and the man will provide for me and my kids the food. But in the village you can see like how old is that girl, the one that it's like 16 years old and she's already with the babies.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and that's the normal thing for them. Like, okay, I have a boyfriend, then I have the babies, and that's it, and I stay doing the house chores, and that's good.
I was talking with the Czech man here, and this in like the sexual aspect, there's no like romance. They're not used to any sort of romance. So like when they see a white guy or they date a white guy, they're like, oh my god, he took me to dinner. Oh, he's like trying to be nice to me, flirting with me. You can see like in the bedroom, like the Czech man was talking about this, like there's no like foreplay or touching or like romance. It's just like, okay, boom, go right to it. And because it's like in the village, a guy comes there, okay, I can provide, I take her, you have my babies, sit at home. It's like it's very interesting.
I mean, I don't know what to add in here, but we could say they have like very distortionated the love. I mean, I don't even think that they know a lot what it is. But also, there's like a very, very bad education about love and sex from woman to man and man to woman. About woman to men, I haven't talked about. But also it's because most of them are prostitute, and the sexual tourism is a very, I mean, you can see it everywhere. It's not a difficult thing to find. If you go out somewhere, you will see, you know, I mean, in Spain happens, I don't know in the rest of the world, but in Spain happens that you are dancing maybe with your group of friends, and then there's a man that starts coming, and then he tries to dance with some of your friends, and he creates like an awkward moment. So it's happening the same for us in here. Probably like when you go to a club, there's the men that they approach to your group or your girlfriend's group, and they will try to dance with them. They will try to kiss them, no? It's like the normal thing. And in here is totally the opposite. There's the women's that they will come to you, and then you have to try. Yeah, totally. They are harassing you. They will try to dance with you. It's like very uncomfortable thing.
Right behind us.
And about the men to the women, it's totally different. Yeah, the men's also always are saying about the women. They like always big women's.
Yeah, big curvy.
Because they don't have it in here. Because here, I mean, I think that they cannot eat a lot, so they are not like.
If you're
all of them are skinny. Yeah.
That you have money, so that you can buy a lot of food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's
also.
the good.
But they always are saying that the women are a whore, the women are a bitch, the women are only thinking about sex. But in the end of the day, they are the ones that they are all only saying, I'm gonna fuck this one, I'm gonna, you know. And it's a point that you don't know how to think about them. There's people like this everywhere, of course. But I mean, the people that I've known in here, it's like this. I don't know the rest, but
there's also one good part, at least, like I can see a lot of difference when I go out alone as a woman, when he goes out alone as a man, like partying to the clubs or even in the street. Like I think it's even more annoying for the woman sometimes, like the people, like the boys and the men just keep telling things to you. But when we're together, there's also a lot of respect for the couples, like a lot of, okay, no, even if it's sexist in their mindset, but she belongs to him, so I'm not going to bother her. And I can, like, trust me, it's crazy. Like, if I go with a friend, like a girlfriend, to the club, you can tell a lot of difference. If I go with Javi, no one ever tells anything to me.
But here's the difference. In most of the world, if you two are together, I think you would get more attention. I think Javi here gets way more attention than the white woman. Like, it's wild for the man in Kenya, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a little the medicine, you know, like, okay, so you always have the attention. Now I am the king in here. No, but it's so awkward. I mean, when I'm in the club.
How was it the other day?
Yeah, it was so. I mean,
I was not feeling well, and
I
came back at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I came and I was like, oh, Carla, I miss you a lot.
Sure.
Oh my god, but yeah, because it's so uncomfortable. Even I was with an Italian friend. We were dancing. The girl was next to us, and we were like, no, please, you dance. No, you dance. And I was like, why we need to be doing this? I mean,
now you understand how women
no,
feel
totally. I mean,
at the clubs,
no.
Even in Europe.
I'm a victim, totally.
I have been a victim many years.
Let's go over the cost of living. What should a normal person budget here? How can they live? What kind of salary do they need? Let's just get into that.
Here, like a local people or us, in our case?
Us, like someone coming here, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be honest, more or less, like the amount that we're spending, considering that we are two people, no? But I would say $800 for everything each month between the two of us. So let's say that both, yeah. So
I mean,
by person, okay, let's say that by person $500.
And that comes with a nice
apartment, food. We also go on a date. Okay, this is mandatory to go on a date once in a week. So going out, going to the club maybe in the weekends and drinking, or for example, I normally go to the cafes to work, and here the cafes are like, at least they are like European price.
Yeah.
Like the fancy ones, which I love. And what else?
No, but I mean,
What more expensive do we have?
you can find like totally the difference, the 2 point of views of the Muzungu lifestyle and the local lifestyle. If you go with some friends, you can with local friends, you can dinner, because we dinner all three of us for $1.5,
All
and
three?
we dinner all three.
of us, and trust me, crazy.
But also we went to a place that it's called the Cave, that we dinner for maybe like $90.
The most poshy place.
It's the most poshy place. We wanted to try it, but it was that. So
Super
you can
recommended, by the way.
find everything in here. Also, the supermarket is not that cheap. I mean, it's like, I would say that
European
it's like
prices,
in
and
like
usually it's like
European.
Like Carrefour.
Yeah, like
Carrefour,
we have a
Carrefour
Carrefour
is a
here.
French brand, so the prices are like European.
Also, there's a Naivas that also is like super. I mean, it's the same price. I mean, it's not that crazy. And you can find like, for example, olive oil, that in Spain we cook with that always. It was like $20 a bottle of a liter. It was crazy.
No, super expensive.
So it's depending of the thing.
Import exports.
Yeah, of course. But if you want to find cheap things, you can find it. If you have a local friend, this person can bring you everywhere, and you will find the most cheap things in the world. But also you have to be able to go there. You have to know how to travel and how to go to different places, because there's like a lot of people that they don't like to go out from his resort, so they don't know the real Kenya or the real
Yeah.
places when they
I always
travel
encourage the
around.
people to come here. And no, I just wanted to add something like, okay, we were saying now that, for example, the Carrefour, the prices are like in Europe. And before, we were saying that sometimes it's annoying because they are always trying to sell things because they see you white and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but let's say that people here, I know Kenyan people, that in a month, maybe they make between $100, $150. And we just said that the supermarket cost the same prices as in Spain, no? With our knowledge from Spain. So how do you expect them to survive? Like, that's the thing.
But the local
of course,
markets are different.
okay, but anyway, the oil, you cannot find them in the local market. Milk, you cannot find them in the
They
local
don't
market.
drink it. They don't do that stuff. They,
No,
their
but
own
it's
diets.
yeah, but like, okay, maybe more rural villages, yes, but when you, like, I mean, talking from local friends that live here in Okunda, and every time they need to go to a supermarket to buy the oil, trust me, like, they struggle for that day. Like, it's like, shit, today I need to buy the oil, which is something basic and essential for us, that we just, okay, yeah, we go and buy the oil. But yes, in the market, you can find like the eggs, the vegetables, some meat, although I don't recommend buying it there. But most of things, they still need to get it from Naivas or Carrefour, and they cannot afford it. So just in like, okay, just getting to understand their point of view also of why they need to do this and why they need to be harassing the Muzungus, because at the end of the day, if a tourist man comes only here for 1 week, maybe they will pay the tuk-tuk guy 1,000 Kenyan shillings. And they don't care, like, they don't know the normal price. Okay, that's it. So I understand that they go after the Muzungus for the money.
Yeah, so listen to that though, like $100 to $150 is most people what they're making here, and it's still somewhat safe. But so I think, yeah, $1,500 if you're doing long term, you can live just fine here. Like your guys' place, nice little studio, good complex, pool. They clean, no laundry. Unfortunately, they charge for that. But you guys are paying like $400, right, long term a month.
Yeah, we're paying $400, and laundry actually is like $3, $4. So it's not that. I mean, you can you can do it, and I mean, yeah, the essential things we got it. The only thing maybe it pissed me off to be every day in the tuk-tuk, so I bought a bike for $200. That in Spain with $200 or in the rest of the world you cannot buy absolutely anything. So I bought a bike. I fixed everything. Yeah, motorbike. I fixed everything for like $70. So I have a bike. Not new, but it works. It goes from the point A to point B, and also it looks good. For $270, $280, and the gas every 3 weeks I'm putting $7. So yeah, yeah, it's crazy, and I'm using every day. So I don't know, depending on the lifestyle that you have, but you can live here for like very low money. And of course, if you go on other places, you can. And also, I think here is more expensive because there's like a lot of tourism. But if you go to Mombasa, if you go to Nairobi, you can find places, deep places, super cheap, that maybe you don't even want to know them. But
The economy is very bad, very bad. Even so, I think Kenyans I was talking to they're saying like 8 years for the next appointment to go to the USA. Because a lot of people during the riots, the Gen Z riots about taxes, were like trying to get out of the country. And the rest of the world said, no, we're not letting you guys come because we know you're going to stay. So there's issues here, which again, how is it safe? It doesn't make sense to me because usually when you have poverty, you have crime, but not necessarily the case. Now, if you get lost in the sauce and end up in the wrong company, usually it happens with drinking, woman, or drugs. If you get too crazy in those things,
Talking from the experience, or
a little, that's where you start getting in trouble. But like these two, I mean, they're living a calm, peaceful life. People respect them. They start knowing them in the community, and you can live very good. I mean, you can spend 10x the local salary. I mean, think about that. Like you're gonna be living just fine.
no, that's it, totally.
Yeah, shake the air. I had to take a quick little dip in the pool because it is hot in Diani. So this is a big thing. Like I usually like to wear like linen pants and look stylish, but the time here it's all been swimsuit because the heat and the sweat, even at night. There's like one bar that has AC indoors, but everything else is like you're gonna be sweating like a pig. So that is a problem. So there is a high season, low season here too, right? Tell me that time period quick.
Okay, so for Kenya, mostly the high season is in summer, like June, July, August, mostly because it's when, for example, us the Europeans have like the holidays from the school, and also because you have like the great migration from all the wildebeest and the zebras coming here from Tanzania, and then also in Christmas and Easter week for sure. But here in Diani, I would say more summer, Christmas, Easter, no?
Yeah, but right now it's December, I think, right, or end of November, and it's hot.
yeah,
It's hot year round.
The hottest period is now, like December, January, February. It's the worst.
And then there's a little rain season in April for a couple months, or what?
So you have like 2 rain seasons and 2 dry seasons during the year. The big rain season is, as have you said, in April. Well, I think a little bit before, like maybe March, April, May, all those 3 months. And now we just are leaving the short rain season, although it has not rained that much. Like, no, normally a little bit in the morning. In the morning it rained, but the short rain season was now like October, November, and that's it.
And I guess though that there's time periods like during the long rainy season, the low season, that there's barely any action at the bars. It's really dead, and
It's crazy.
yeah, it's really calm and mellow. But hey, anyways, I want to get into some interesting stuff that impressed me about you two, especially being European. The Europeans love to say, oh, the Americans are stupid, they're crazy, all this bullshit. But you guys are embodying the American spirit right now, being entrepreneurs, going to foreign lands. And a lot of your friends and family are like, what the hell is going on? Is that not true?
yeah. Everyone thinks we are crazy because we moved from, we could say, a first-class world to a third-class world. But I think in Europe, well, I would say like in Spain now it's totally different than the last 5 years, for example. Everyone now needs to be an entrepreneur, needs to open a business, needs to create a brand, and if they don't do that, they are doing nothing with their lives. I mean, the mindset changed totally because I think they saw probably like some American podcasts about Andrew Tate or something like this.
Well, and the economy's shit now in Europe.
Yeah, the economy is shit. I mean, we are going nowhere and nobody cares. We just want to like not be that bad at yesterday. I mean, try to be at least equally as yesterday as good, Yeah, and I think, I mean, in Europe right now, nobody is like knowing where to go. I would say,
Talking about the politicians.
yeah.
No, so, okay, first of all, regarding my friends, they do think that, okay, guys, you're being a little bit crazy. Although it doesn't surprise them at all. Like, knowing me since little, it's like, yeah, I knew that you would end up doing this. It matches perfectly with you. Then regarding my family, okay, I also think that you Americans have like this stereotype of like Spanish people being lazy because of the
Siesta.
siestas, paellas, fiesta. Okay, that is not true at all. Like at least from the environment that I come on, all of them are like businessmen, businesswomen, entrepreneurs. So of course, like when creating Nomad Maisha, the travel agency, I came up with a plan. Like I was just finishing my degree and already working in Nomad Maisha and starting to plan everything. It was not that, okay, I just arrived to Kenya and now what? Like we had a plan and more or less everything. Of course, then a lot of things come up, pop up. That's why also one of the reasons that we wanted to be here. Like I think that if you want to want to provide the best type of experience and of trip to any possible person, you need to be here in the Destiny and to try it. And of course, like building the company here, and it's something that you need to do it physically. Like you cannot do it online, or otherwise it's impossible because of the bureaucracy.
You have to jump into the deep end, but the biggest part, I think we talked about it, is you need to do it while you're young, because shit, if you strike out in these next 6 months, you can go back to normal life and do whatever what you were going to do in Spain and have no issue. Oh, you won't have a 52-inch TV like your friend, but you'll have a 32-inch TV. But you tried, okay? And if you don't try, you're going to regret it the rest of your life, okay? You're going to be sitting when you're 40 years old. You got the kids, okay? It's beautiful, but you're like, damn, what if I went to Africa and tried doing that work in my life had been? And I think a lot of people get caught up in the race, especially in the USA, where, okay, I get out of college, I got to go to work right away, and all of a sudden you're 60 years old, you know what I mean? So at least try, because the worst thing that can happen, it doesn't work, and you go back to normal life. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I actually always say that when I mean, my idea of life is have all the experience possible, and then when you arrive to 65, be able to say, okay, all what I did because I wanted, and then if you need to regret, you have to regret about things you did, not about things you didn't do, you know? If you want to go to somewhere for having a life there, try it at least, then why not do it? I mean, yeah, there's like a wall. Pass it. I mean, it's not that difficult. If you have, like, if you can have some money, work for like some months, then you will be able to get a flight, get a visa, and live wherever you can do. Now with internet, with the worldwide, it's so easy to go somewhere. I mean, I've been living in Germany in the house of a German people. I had to like go walk the dogs every day. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna walk the dogs, but I've been living in Germany for free for 6 months. It's not that difficult. In Mexico, it was the same. I was living in Mexico for free because I was working in a scuba diving center. It's not difficult for everyone, and if you really like that, you can experience a lot of countries, a lot of communities, a lot of cultures, and if you really like that, you can do it. I mean, it's not that difficult as, for example, our parents, that they couldn't probably buy a flight ticket or
No Google Translate, no Airbnb,
no absolutely
Uber,
anything.
nothing.
And now it's super easy. I mean, I think we have to enjoy. I think we have to like experience everything. And once you have everything, once you have gone to all the countries in the world, then you now can think where you want to really be living the rest of your life. I think it's the most important thing that you can.
Yeah, I think you gotta get your feet wet. Okay, hold on. All right, here's a big topic here, because everyone fantasizes about traveling the world with a special someone and, you know, beautiful relationship, and they don't know the struggles that come with this. Okay, I've tried it. There's beautiful moments, you know, sharing with each other. You know, you're two against the world. You know, you're living this dream together. But there's a lot of challenges traveling with someone. And now you guys didn't even live with each other before you started doing this,
A lot of changes.
and you're building a business together. Okay, tell me how someone can travel the world with a boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. I think it might sound utopic for me. It's key, the communication. Like Javi laughs, but I like to. Okay, how are you feeling about this? Or if we see that maybe we're struggling. For example, these past 2 weeks we have had to deal with a lot of shit regarding the car, the paperwork, also bank problems. Like before these 2 weeks, everything was super smooth, like perfect, like it was a dream. And now these 2 weeks, it has been okay, more roller coaster. When we came here, we were assuming that we will have this kind of weeks and days also. But then it's important to like take care of each other at these times, which is more challenging. So I would say a lot of communication, no? And also in case of building the business, which is difficult for us. Why are you laughing? Don't laugh. When building the business, to establish a lot the roles that you have inside the business. Like, I'm going to take care of it this, and you will take care of this. And that's it. Like, I don't want to get into your things and you don't want to get into my things. And also to establish like, okay, now it's working time. So we're talking about Nomad Maisha. But now, for example, today at 6, we go to bachata class. So it's bachata class. We don't talk about work. Or now we're going on a date. So we don't talk about work. Like, to have these boundaries also, it's important.
Yeah, and even if we want all of that, it's important that in the moment you are living this, you both are in the same point, because it can happen that you can want to have an experience with someone, but this person is not in the same point of view than you, for example. And even if you want to, for one of the parts, it's not going to be that good. So I think now we are lucky. We are in the same point. We want to go for the same goal, we could say. And for now, we always say the same. I mean, we are together today. Maybe we will not be together tomorrow, but then we will try to enjoy as maximum from each other. We have to respect each other. We have to learn from each other. So I think it's the most important. Once you know that you want to be living with that person, but at the same time that you have to be like worth it for that person, you have to be valuable for that person. I think it's the best. I mean, you are enjoying with them and with that person, but at the same time, you know that if that person doesn't give you what you really want in that moment, it's like a balance. I mean, once this person doesn't give you what you want, then go and search another one. I mean, there's 8,000 million people in the world. I mean, not because of you like this one, the other one, it's not going to be better. But it's like a balance. For me, right now, Carla is the most important thing. Maybe one day will not, but right now is it. So I want to live with her. I want to create something with her. Maybe one day will not be, but right now, of course.
Stop saying that. Jesus.
No, but is it true? I mean,
like I have been saying this since the beginning. Like, okay, today I want to be with you. Maybe in 3 months something has changed. So, but in the good sense, like I'm not taking you for guaranteed. Like, I want to live the maximum each day with you, because I don't know if maybe in 6 months the relationship will have finished. And we have been saying this since the beginning of the relationship.
It's been a while though, a couple of years.
We have been through.
3.5?
No, not 3 yet.
I mean,
We're so bad. We're so bad. Not 3 yet, I think. It was a long story, but let's say 3.
Let's say 3, yeah.
This is the big part though, like the solo traveling versus doing it with the girl, is because there's their freedom. They need to make sacrifices being with someone. You have to take care of them, especially when a man with a woman in a foreign country in Africa, you know, like no matter how much we've been saying it's safe, you're responsible for her, you know, like if she's walking around late at night and then some dude with HIV takes her and rapes her, I mean, holy shit, like you have that in your back of your head. That was very tough with me traveling with the girl, like in dangerous places. It's like your mindset is totally different as a solo traveler than when you're with a girl. Like there's a lot more responsibility, a lot more concessions. Oh, they want to do this stuff, but you know, you want your alone time. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all, especially if you don't have a base. Like you guys have a base, okay? You're staying in this place, you know, you have a long-term rental. But if you're moving month by month, oh my goodness, you know, and the women pack so much different stuff, and they need this, they need that, and then you deal with the periods. Oh, it's crazy. But it's beautiful that you guys are doing this. And yeah, do you have some final thoughts we should talk about?
Final thoughts that we should talk about. I think we have gone a lot.
Oh, let's pitch your services. So tell me, Nomad Maisha,
yeah,
exactly.
That's the most important thing that we're here to talk about. Okay, so the travel agency that we have been talking about the entire podcast is named Nomad Maisha. Maisha in Swahili means life. And that's it. Basically, we're luxury travel agency, so we take care of everything. We go to, like, how I feel this is, okay, if you're coming, my target is people with money, let's be like poshy people from Spain, like not young travelers like us, But okay, I have come before. I have discovered the country. I know which is the most luxurious camp in the middle of the savannah that will give you like the best game drives and safaris. So I'm going to take you there. And plus, we're going to take care of everything. Like we even do we book the international flights for you. We book the visas, everything, no? So that this is the mentality for people that have money. They want to have the best experience, but they don't have a lot of time to pay attention to all these details and bookings and everything.
Yeah, or even that these people doesn't want to take care. I mean, don't want to take care about these things. I mean, if you just want to go Africa, enjoy Africa, and don't be thinking about, oh, I have to do the visa, oh, I have to book these flights, oh, I have to, then no worry, because Nomad Maisha will do it for you all the time. Also, we are living here, so that's also a plus. In case of anything could happen to you, we will be from 1 hour flight from wherever you could be. So that's the thing, that's the idea. I mean, first of all, in the beginning it was for Spanish people. Now we are lucky and maybe we could have some other travelers from other part of the world.
The first American customer, no? I'll be the first.
Yeah,
English
he's
one?
gonna be the, yeah?
Yeah.
We had some Italians, no?
Yeah.
First English, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the idea. I mean, people that prefer his time, that not his money, that they value a lot the experience and the time, like the quality time.
And also all the work that we do with the community.
Yeah, and also
Like-
say is the most like what's the name? Authentic, yeah. Because we're working with this community, also we show like the real part of Africa, not only the Diani is not, we could say like it's not the real Africa. And also it's not the safaris. I mean, safaris, yeah, it's super nice. It's very National Geographic, we could say. But in the end of the day, what is real is like the communities, all the people, and all the experience that they are having day after day a day. So this is what we try to show to the people. They even explain it to you because you started saying.
No, but I think, yeah, one of the things that differentiates Nomad Maisha from any other travel agency, because I have not seen it anywhere, is that we provide this experience with the local rural community, like the real Kenyan culture, no? At the end of the day, when you go on safari, it's very typical, although sometimes super invasive also, to go to visit the Maasai village. And you see the Maasai people dressing with all the red things and the jewels and everything. But that's not what they wear in their day, like normally. Maybe they do it for a celebration, but not every day. So here, what we want to do is, okay, you go on the safari, you come to the Diani beach, to these amazing beaches to relax. And then we also take you to the real Kenyan culture. And in part of precisely empowering the woman, that's what we were talking about, we do this activity with them. So I want the travelers that come to learn from them. And for example, one of the things that we're doing is a cooking lesson of chapati, which is a typical dish from here. So you go there, you visit the school of the village, you visit their houses, they will take you around. And trust me, we have been working in this, for 2 months with them. They're super excited because it's also like their first project. And at the end of the day, they are starting to gain some money out of it, which is also the point. Like, okay, you have these skills that you can show to the people. For example, cooking. It's something that we, the Spanish people, don't know how. We don't know how to do chapati. So believe in yourself and teach me how to do the chapati. And even more, because you're investing your time and energy in this, you will get paid at the end of the day. So this is one of the things
So
I'm most proud of Nomad Maisha.
Yeah, the tourist feels like they're doing more than just a vacation too. They're
That's
changing
it.
lives, like making them confident.
You know, like it's, I would say in this part as a sustainable tourism, like you're giving a good impact at the end of the day of your trip, because you know that some part of the money has gone to this community and to these women and young girls. And also you have gotten the chance to visit the deep and real culture of the place.
That's good for your Barcelona, Madrid target market, the crazy feminist in Spain, empowerment, sustainable. That's good. Very good. But hey, the other thing is they keep you safe. Okay. So a lot of people are worried about going to Africa. They handle everything. You guys got the drivers. You're going to tell them malaria pills, whatever. You're not going to worry about a thing about safety. That's a huge issue, right?
No, totally. We take care of everything. Like, before you book the trip with us, you already have all the information. Okay, maybe it's recommendable to have these vaccines or taking the malaria pills, whatever. And then once you come here, trust me, you don't need to worry about everything. Like the moment you land at Nairobi, the driver of Nomad Maisha will be waiting for you. And that's it. Like you forget about everything, you relax. And we are also there in the WhatsApp group, like checking that everything is on time and that everything is going well. But super safe.
Amazing. Hold on. I'm gonna put this in a different part of it. Let's go rapid fire here. 10 things you need to know, understand before you come to Kenya. What comes to your mind first?
Fuck, I don't know.
Okay, one, the malaria. Okay, this is a little scary.
Pills, mostly here in the coast. In the savannah, there is not that much malaria, but here in the coast, for sure, take them.
Goggles. I think the scuba diving here is amazing. Right now, it's being the whale shark, and it's something that a lot of people don't even know about. Kenya has ocean, so yeah, and it's incredible. So you can enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. Super important. Bring a thick jacket, like a polar, for when you go on safari. Because okay, people think yes, Kenya hot. Yes, it's hot, but here in the coast mostly. But the savannah and Nairobi, for example, it's in a very high altitude, like in comparison to the sea level. And even though it doesn't seem like, it gets super cold in the morning and in the night, like before the sun comes out. So bring a thick jacket.
International credit cards work for the most. You have Glovo application to deliver food. Uber works with the card. Some places, like the local spots, you need cash, but that's easy to convert. You get the very good rates with euros or dollars.
And if not, M-Pesa. M-Pesa is the most crazy thing I have ever seen. It's something like there's in case of you have a Kenyan number that you can buy it, the Kenyan number in the airport. From that moment, you have a bank account. I don't know how they created it. It was difficult to understand it for me. But people in here, probably they will not have smartphones, so they just have like the big Nokia that you throw to the floor and they don't destroy. It's not destroying. That even with that, they can send money to everyone. And even in here, if you get a Uber, if you buy wherever, everywhere, you can pay by M-Pesa. And it's something that I cannot understand. How is it nowadays?
You have to be careful with HIV. Okay, that's you need to wear condoms for sure. It's not as crazy I think as in the past, but that's a problem.
Thing here yet. The HIV also mostly in the coast. There's quite a lot. What's the percentage?
I think it's like 10.
Yes, no, but there's a lot of people with HIV. What else? Let me think.
Come on, experts, show your expertise.
Yeah, no. The thing is, I think that some things are obvious for me because I'm used to it, but maybe the people don't know. But
English. Oh, English speaking.
Yeah,
they
please.
Speak English.
Yeah, speak English. Like okay. From Nomad Maisha, we'll provide you like a small key and translating word from Spanish or English to Kiswahili so that you can practice before your trip. But yeah, like the official language is English and Swahili. So if you have easy with the English, then it's a perfect place for you.
Yeah, I have to say that this is because I think it's curious. It's because it was a British colony, and nowadays, for them in their education, they think that if you speak English well, it's like that you have a good education. Mm-hmm. It's something that is curious. Also, there's 48 tribes in all Kenya. Everyone knows about Maasais, but there's like a lot of them. All of them are different and they fight against each other. Now I think it's more like a joke. Like, you know,
the young people especially.
The Californian people laughs from the New York people, you know, something like this. So I think it's more or less the same, but it's curious.
There was a war in 2007. Like they killed each other.
No, there has been a lot of rivalry since always with all these different tribes. And also, important fact of him to know that you're aware that most of the tourism in Kenya is from more or less the central part up to the south, but nowhere goes on the north. And in the north, like we're planning a trip to there in March to discover some of the tribes because, trust me, there is no tourism and you can see like the authentic villages and different cultures, but it's dangerous because of the frontier and the border with Somalia. and South Sudan. How do you say it in English? Sudan del Sur. South Sudan. So like I would recommend don't go on your own without having investigated about the area.
You get kidnapped. Al-Shabaab.
No,
terrorist group up there.
Totally. Like don't get in the car. Oh yeah, it's super safe. It's Kenya, and go up north without having investigated before which places you can and you cannot go.
I had a point, but those are good. Kenya's nice. Kenya's really good. I like the country a lot. Hi, beautiful time. Amazing. I can't wait to test your services firsthand. Most likely on Friday. I'm going to go to Wasini Island. Wasini.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go there and see if you guys are the real deal, and Kuna Matata. But yeah, finish out with where they can find you and etc.
Yeah, so okay, basically we have the Instagram, which Nick will show it. Do you show it in the
Yeah, we
podcast?
can
For
pop
sure,
it up.
no? So you show the Instagram and the webpage, which is now also in English. So that's a good thing. And I don't know, like for any questions, you will have our email address there or DM us in Instagram, and that's it. Like we can solve everything for you.
Anywhere in Kenya too. Like you'll do any, or do you specialize more in safari?
Like our trips are, like as I said, are personalized. So right now we have 2 routes. We will come out with a 3rd route by the end of the month, and then we like to combine, of course, like the safari, the more adventurous activity, which you do not only like safari on the car, like 4x4 cars, but also horse riding safari, balloon safari, walking safaris, night safaris, which is an activity that's not very known. And then you come here to the Ani. And as I said, okay, you relax, you go to the beaches, but you also get to know the real Kenyan culture because of this bond that we have created with this community around here.
Beautiful.
And the average trip people should be looking at 10 days or how long?
It's totally different. I mean, you can be from, I don't know, depending of what you want, what's your budget also. But we are talking about nearly like 3,000, from 3,000 to up to wherever you want. I mean, it's
No, the days first. How many days?
sorry.
You're talking about like
About what? 2
would
weeks,
say,
10 days.
Yeah, I recommend personally to just book at least 10 days, considering that one day you're traveling from Spain or from wherever you're traveling, and another day you're going back. So minimum 10 days. And from there, I recommend, for example, doing 2 weeks, because then you can visit more parks and it's like, okay, you can do more activities and visualize a lot more of the country.
Yeah.
And
like we said, the budget, it's up there, luxury travel agency. But I'll tell you this, okay? When I was young, I said, I figured it all on my own. Why would I pay some schmuck over here to handle it for me? But in the end, and rich people know this, you pay and you save more money and you deal with less bullshit. It's just what you need to do. So I'm glad you guys are niching in that aspect. And awesome, beautiful, great time. Everyone else, live bold. Ciao, ciao.